Copy. Copy. Redland, where have you been?
You looking for me?
Don't play dumb with me, Gene. Now, is that crime commission report done or not?
I'm working on it, Walter. I'm working on it.
Gene, this may come as a surprise to you, but this is not high school. I do not give incompletes for work that is not done on time.
I know that.
Well, when can I expect it?
I don't know. As a matter of fact, I haven't even started on it yet.
What?
Walter, I am working on Stacy's investigation now. We may have something here.
Well, what have you found?
Well, you remember that lady, Mrs. Schmidt? You know, Amber's...
Yeah, go on.
Well, she's positively identified Sebastian Knight as the person she saw coming out of Amber's apartment the night of the murder.
Great day in the morning, and you didn't phone this in?
Wait a minute.
Wait for what? This is front page stuff.
Well, I know it could be front page stuff, but still there's still some loose ends.
Like what, for instance?
Well, here we are. The arena's hushed. What's the decision? Who wins?
Peter, I want you to know how much you mean to me.
Courtney, I want you to think this thing over. And you've been under a lot of pressure.
I know I have, but it's not fair to you. I've never met anyone like you. You rounded me out. You gave me a dimension that I'd never known before, but
But what?
She's trying to make you understand the facts of life, son.
Will you shut up, Sumner?
Peter, look. I have tomorrow to think about. Our todays together were wonderful. But I have a future with Vaughn. I'm sure I'll make him a very good wife.
No. Courtney, I can't accept that. It's not the way it's going to be if I can help it.
It's not ready to go on the front page because there's not enough to back up the story.
What do you mean, nothing to back up the story? You just said that you had an eyewitness that saw Knight leave the apartment.
I know there's an eyewitness, but she's not reliable, Walter.
I don't follow you.
Well, Mrs. Schmidt, she has a very vivid sense of reality. Sometimes she sees things that aren't there.
Nuts? What?
Well, no, not exactly. Brubaker's not buying her story at all. As a matter of fact, the first investigation, he discarded her testimony altogether.
Oh, so that's it. And how long have you been investigating this Looney Tunes that sees things?
Well, not quite. Now, there still is some validity to this second murderer theory. Now, we're waiting to see if we can get a search warrant for Amber's apartment to find out if there was a second shot fired instead of one.
And does Brubaker think there might still be something in the apartment?
Sort of. But right now, the whole thing is pretty much speculation. But if I could just get something to back up my theory that Sebastian Knight might be the one who killed Kate that night.
Mm-hmm. To say nothing of Carruthers. Now, of course, he might not have pulled the trigger, but you can bet he probably knew about it all along.
Wait.
If it's true.
Yeah, but you don't want to get ahead of the game here, though. I must admit, I was pretty much thinking the same thing myself.
Well, Gene, you've done a good job on this one. Who would have dreamed that this was a possibility?
Well, thanks, Walter.
Wait, I am not finished yet. You have done a good job on this. But if I don't get something solid on it, like a story, for instance, and get it soon, I'm going to have to put you back on that crime commission report. Understand?
Yeah, Walt, gotcha.
You know, there are only so many hours in the day. And that deadline for that story is coming up mighty soon.
Wait a minute. You don't have to worry about that because I'm going to see Brubaker and make sure that he got that search warrant. And if we find out that there was a second shot fired instead of one, then you're going to have yourself the biggest scoop in Kingsley. You can count on that.
Good.
Copy. Thanks. Oh, I don't know, Ben. On one hand, I feel like it's too soon after Kate's death, and on the other hand, I am attracted to Terry. You know, when I asked her out, I felt like I was asking Susan Belmont out to the 8th grade dance. And we were such good friends and all.
Well, maybe there's more there than friendship. Maybe that's why it was so difficult. Or were you just as nervous in the 10th grade?
Well, it was the 8th grade, and no, it was, I was a little more with Terry.
I wouldn't worry about it. I think it's great. As a matter of fact, I'm very glad you two are finally getting together. Hey, I'll tell you what I'll do. You write Terry a note, and I'll pass it to her during study hall.
Okay. Now, I just don't want to take advantage of her friendship, Ben. The way she's helped me in the past.
Well, who's taking advantage?
I don't know. Maybe you're right. Who is?
Courtney's right. Well, you have been an item for some time now, whether you want to admit it or not.
I think we're being monitored.
Yeah, by old Eagle Ears herself.
Doug, in here.
I'll talk to you later.
Doug, boy, I'm glad to see you.
Yeah, you want to see me?
Yeah, we need to talk. I'm afraid I got a bit of bad news. Something's come up, and we have to deal with it.
Well, look, the fact is you can't do anything about it. And I mean, whether or not you choose to accept it, it really doesn't matter. Courtney's made her decision. Now, why don't you just be a good sport about it?
Listen to me, GQ. I don't need your editorializing.
Editorializing, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's an awfully big word for such a little man.
Vaughn, you're not helping matters.
How can you stand that guy, much less want to marry him?
Peter, you don't understand.
No, I don't understand why you'd choose this jerk.
Peter, I think the world of you.
Then why this?
You promised that you'd accept whatever I said.
I lied. I just made that up because I didn't think you'd choose him. Especially after all we've shared together.
Why are you saying this like I've rejected you?
Because you have. What is it if it isn't rejection?
Peter, I know you don't want to hear this now, but we can still be friends. In spite of this.
Oh, yeah, good. Yeah, I'll chaperone your dates.
Peter, you're not being fair.
Fair? Want me to be fair? This is love, Courtney. All's fair in love and war. Remember that?
And how are you categorizing it?
You don't know?
Love or war?
To what I just told you? Come on. Courtney, I opened up to you. Oh, never mind. I don't know why I said